And we are live.
So yeah, because like my doctor's like,
Like,
have you shown anything? I was like, no. He's like, you don't need to be tested.
yeah, I don't have to be tested. I mean, I have to be tested too. I
I
think
would
when
I
I
would
come
love to
down
be tested
next
just so I
year.
could put my mind at ease. So
Yeah,
Which
for that reason, yeah,
I
do it.
yeah,
I'm very excited
yeah,
about coming down there next year to Florida. And we are live.
yeah. I have 64. So,
I'm getting echo on my end. 1 second, I have to mute my
but
mic.
is it true that Florida just topped New York for coronavirus?
If the numbers are accurate, that's what they
Mhm.
say.
Okay, because I'm supposed to be driving and I don't know. Because everybody's telling me you have to quarantine when you get down there. I'm like, oh, no, I don't think
No,
so.
no, you don't have to quarantine when you come here anymore, but people from Florida have to quarantine in like 20 states now or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like anywhere you go.
Wait,
But
so
people-
I'm coming from New Jersey though.
No, not
So-
anymore. All that's been lifted, I think.
Yeah.
All our travel bans.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
that's been
Well,
lifted
But
down
when you
in
go back
Rhode
to
Island.
Jersey, you may theoretically have to quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
So-
Okay.
That's been lifted out here too, where I am. I'm actually in Rhode Island, out
Okay.
near Newport.
I'm
Which,
right in the
if-
center of the continental U.S. in Kansas.
If like
Okay.
people are gonna have to quarantine, I think, when they come down here because our governor didn't lift the law yet. But I mean, I'm actually moving down there to Orlando in the next few years. I mean,
Okay.
I wish I was moving.
It was the best move I ever made. I don't miss New York at all. 15 years now I've been here.
My cousins are actually from New York. One works for all the Broadway shows. He does the drums in the orchestra. So like he knows like all the celebrities. Like
That's awesome.
He met
That's a-
Kramer too, and I was like, shut the front door. I was like, because like he FaceTimed me the day he met him. I was like, oh my god.
That's great. That's awesome.
yeah, which out here, I think if like anybody, I know that it got lifted, but I'm pretty sure that they are bringing it back. So like people will have to quarantine because our borders are still closed right now.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can go to Massachusetts. We just can't go like past Massachusetts or New York
Okay. That makes sense.
out here right now. But I mean, I was right now supposed to be out there in Florida,
Okay.
but my trip got canceled. But I mean, I'm coming
Yeah,
out
my
next year
trip
for
got
sure.
canceled in June, which I was totally devastated about. Like, what? It's okay.
And,
It's sad.
Well-
It's sad, man.
I
like,
really
I
didn't.
didn't-
No, Andy knows how much I really wanted to be there in June. I was like, Andy, I want to come now.
like,
I was
I'm
super
excited for coming down there.
I had my whole trip planned in June, but then my parents were like, we canceled it. I was like, stop now.
Yeah.
But did you guys hear anything about when the Star Wars hotel is opening down there?
I've heard nothing about that, and I actually
Yeah.
probably think it's going to be on hold for a while. I know they've been cutting
Dang
back more than adding.
Because I was
Yeah.
staying there, so I have to cancel that reservation now.
Because I think the part of the problem is like, I remember because when I worked at Hollywood Studios, we would drive right past it all the time. But like it looked like it was practically done, at least on the inside. But the exterior, I mean, you can still go by it now if you are working at Hollywood Studios
Okay.
and see it because it kind of didn't look like it was too close, at least this year maybe, but definitely probably part of the 50th anniversary for next year probably.
Where did you work at studios, Andy?
So I worked at the best attraction at studios, which is Muppet Vision 3D, and also the Jedi Training Show and the Indiana
Okay.
Jones Stunt Show.
It's not that I want to argue, but I think I worked at the best attraction at studios.
Oh, is that so?
I was a backlot tour guide. That's how I started.
Oh, okay.
15 years ago.
No,
Hey, Andy, I need
miss
to
it.
get me a short looping Muppet 3D video to go in my background.
No. Yeah, Muppets is the best. I loved working there, and I got to open and close the last night of 2019, and then I opened the first show of 2020. Which I'm sorry if I messed that up because I think that probably set off a bad chain of events. So
it's not your fault.
yeah, it's all my fault.
Right? And actually, like, it's funny because, like, so I met Andy with Ty and all them at Magic Kingdom, and then I've been an extra for Indiana Jones since 2015. So I'm going on my 5th year, but
That's awesome.
yeah. So it's funny because, like, the first time I did it, the director and the producer were like, "So we really enjoyed your talents." They're like, how do you act like that? And I was just like, well, I'm in a theater group. And then they're like, so you need to come back the next day. And that's when I start like coming back more often. And so, but yeah, like I love it. It's just awesome.
That's great.
So, but I hung around with Andy and then with Tanya. Last year in the Magic Kingdom, we went on different rides, and then we went to Gasparillo's, which
I was watching the stream.
That was my first time trying the pizza at Gasparillo's, and it's probably my favorite on property right now.
Which I actually still have not gone to Gasparillo's yet. Or Gamble Hills Creamery, which I'll
You know what I really want to try, and I have no idea if it's good. They have those really big pizza slices at Maria and Enzo's or wherever it is, right by the Edison there.
Never been there.
I saw people, because of quarantine, I've been at Springs more than I usually am this week. I can't tell you how many people I saw carrying out these gigantic pizza boxes.
Yes.
With this pizza. And I'm like, I'm kind of curious if it's good. I feel like it's not going to be worth the hype because it's in the tourist area, but I have no idea. It looks good.
Right.
Andy, you should blog there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've wanted to try their pizza. I'm always in the mood for trying good pizza. I grew up in north side of Chicago, and so I'm always in the mood for really good pizza.
See, and I'm from New York, so I'm the same way.
Exactly.
No, Rachel, Rob streams on Instagram and Facebook for you, his piano.
Yeah, so
Hi, Rachel.
So
I really enjoy your channels. Rob, you're so fantastic. Like,
thank you, I appreciate that.
I was actually watching your live feed on Instagram, and I was like, oh wait, I wonder where he's from. Like,
yeah, but originally I'm from New York, and then I've been down here for 15 years, and then when this thing happened, I really just started playing online for myself, but people kept coming. It just kept becoming a thing, and then you do it for 5 days, 10 days, and now here we are over 4 months later. We're on 130 something days. It's crazy.
That's oh my gosh, that is great.
Yeah,
I love it. It's so relaxing.
That's great.
It's usually relaxing for me. Sometimes I'm just like, now it's grown a little, so I want to get to something for everybody, but that's just not feasible. It's hard to get, it's hard to keep it going make everybody happy in one show.
Right. I'll have to, next time we come to Disney, we'll have to catch you. I mean, I don't know where you're based, but we'll have to catch you.
I'm at Jelly Rolls usually 4 nights a week, but now it's crazy because we're not even slated to open until October.
I heard about that. That is like crazy.
Oh, great to Disney! Oh my gosh.
So, what are you doing during the meantime when you're waiting for that to happen? Because I've been in touch with some of the indie cast members too, and they're still waiting to go back on. I think they had some union issues there.
The union stuff is insane. Actually, it was funny because you guys caught me on a pretty funny day because I haven't been to a park in forever, and I went to studios today.
Nice.
And there's no shows because the equity cast and stuff. I know they haven't come to an agreement with the union. For me, other than doing that show every day. The days are whatever they become. I have my kids, week on, week off. So when the kids are here, it's all about the kids.
Right.
They've been out of school since the second week of March now. So that usually is pretty busy. And other than that, I'm just trying to fill it with, we'll go swimming, but we're not doing much. There's not much to do. I go golfing is my only other outing if I go.
I love golf
twice a month.
And Florida's a perfect place for it too.
Yeah, I'm not good at it, but it gets me out of the house.
Yeah, which I'm probably gonna go try the Fantasia.
Yeah, I think they're finally open now, right? I don't know if Summerland is or not.
Summerland's not, but I think Fantasia is.
Fantasia is. I know that for a fact because I saw people there the other day.
Okay. Yeah, you got to do something. We can't all just rot in the house for months.
I know. That's what we were saying. Like, we can get out to the stores and stuff, but there's we can't go and see any of our family members because their family members come home from California, New York, and then you don't know where they've been. So
Yeah.
there's not
What
much
about
to
that
do.
new McDonald's? I wonder how that's going down there with
Yeah, Andy, have you been there? Tell us about it.
Yeah, have you?
I have not been there yet, but I'm
The-
excited to go.
The one they renovated right by All Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
solar powered.
I don't go to that one often. It's like 'cause it's more expensive. It's like you're not going to go to that. That's more of I'm staying in the area. I want some fries. Let's do it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd rather go to like oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's
She's
funny.
so cute.
Fun. Rachel.
I think everybody's great. I'm having a great time. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
listen to that.
I mean, like,
What about those guys? I heard of I
You guys do
saw
this you guys do this every week on Sunday night?
yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yep. And it's always on my channel because yeah. We used to swap, but not anymore. I changed that all up because I am
Consistency is good for this stuff.
Yep. So
and I actually talked to Michael the other day, and I said, "Look, I haven't seen Andy's playground." I said, "I miss seeing him." I said, "I haven't seen him for about a year." And he's like, "He's coming to my channel." I was like, what? Say what?" So yes, I want to provide you tonight, Andy. So
No, and this has been fun. It's first time on here as well, and so it's always fun being able to talk Disney with people, and no matter what time it is, it's fun.
I do miss you guys down there.
actually, so speaking of Disney World, I actually ran into Aaron from my Disney World Fix when I was down there.
Oh, he's my best friend.
I was in Star Tours and he was right on the side of me streaming, and I said, "Hey, are you my Disney World Fix?" He said, "Yes, I am." I said, "I'm subscribed to you." And then I got on the same Star Tours ride as him.
That's great.
Awesome. He's a really underrated photographer. I think that's one of the things that not many people know about him is his Instagram is super, super cool. And
I
so
love his Instagram.
I love his
It's awesome.
pictures. They're really cool.
Aaron's awesome.
Yeah.
Aaron is an awesome person.
I met him and Jeff at Gasparo's. My
Hey,
second
Andy,
and then we only met for like
you got 231 subscribers on your channel.
Yes.
You're about to have 232.
I'll appreciate it. Ooh, growing big.
go Andy, get to 500, dude.
It's all gonna go to my head, and I'm gonna be drunk with power.
I missed I saw your last video, and I was just like, I was heartbroken by your video, about the Disney cast thing. Is it? Oh God, I can't think of it.
Andy, I have to give you something. Listen to this. You know Tom does Disney, right?
Yes.
I know him outside of YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. He actually used to live where I live now in my state.
That's super cool. I definitely
Yeah.
used to hang out a lot with him and a lot of that crew.
Yeah.
But
I haven't
yeah,
met him in person yet at all.
he's definitely very interesting. So
Yeah, so I'll be actually meeting him next year when I come down there to Florida. Which I don't go off property ever. I only stay in Disney World.
that's awesome.
Oh, I meant to say the Disney College program.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
It's about the Disney
That
College program.
broke my heart because I felt you. It was like
Yes.
I felt so
Yes.
bad.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
on my
Rachel.
extension for that.
Yes.
So I was working on my extension. I was hoping to go full time after my program ended it would have been May,
Right.
but then everything happened. So my wife and I we actually got married during the pandemic, and then we're just like, we know we love Disney, we know we want to stay down here, and so we just moved down here, and we honestly, like you, Rob, we're both just so happy to be down here at least. It sucks where it is right now, but we're just so excited to get back, and because it's awesome. Working here is just unforgettable, and it's just nothing like anything else.
And they don't know when they're going to bring that college program back, man. It's all suspended indefinitely.
Current word on the street. So I've been talking with cast members whenever I go, any of my friends. I've been in loops and stuff like that as much as I can. And their current rumor is that it won't return until fall 2021.
I think it might be longer than that. I hope that it could be back by then.
I hope so, because that's the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they're going to need all the help they can get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I'm actually
everything's open
applying.
to full capacity. I'll tell you this, man. The saddest day at Jelly Rolls was that Sunday right after they all found out that they were terminated back in March.
Mm.
That was one of the most, if not the most, depressing night I've ever worked, because especially at that age, that's such a big deal. Like, that's it. That's
Yeah.
your life at that point.
Mhm.
And these people were just I couldn't even look into the crowd and sing songs sometimes because they're just crying in the crowd. It was
Oh
awful.
gosh. It was brutal too. And I was working at I actually was cross trained at ESPN, so I was working there, and that's where we found out. And there was a room about 30 of us, and that's when they just told us all what was going on. And it was like you just practically just open fired on in a crowd of people. Like everyone was sobbing and bawling, and some people were like, I moved from my country to work here. It's just like they're not letting me back into my country, and so it was just brutal.
There was internationals that had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Some of them went to like Canada or Mexico. Like they literally could not get where they needed to go. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
100%.
That's really sad.
Hmm. That
My
is
heart
very,
breaks
very
for you
sad.
guys. I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you all, Andy.
I
I
mean,
really hope you get your jobs back.
yeah, and I mean, as tough as it is, I think it was a really good wake up call for a lot of people. And I think it really taught me and my wife, what matters most to us. Like what
Right.
about Disney is so special and magical for us, and for us, it's making the magic for people. It's not just
Right.
experiencing it; it's being a part of
Did
it.
you say it might be as early as fall 2021 that they'll bring the college program back?
That's the current rumor that I've heard. Yes,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not saying that's coming from Bob
Right.
Chapek. I'm saying that's
Rumors you just cannot rely on until it's proven.
right, 100%.
So Piano Rob, Rachel, I don't think you saw it yet, but Rachel said that you should have a YouTube channel.
You know what's funny? I there is things like YouTube. I haven't even. It's over my head. I haven't even got into it yet, and I don't know what would be the best, because other than, I also don't know the legalities, of doing this type of thing. Like I know on Facebook, it's okay now. They pay ASCAP and BMI for all the music. But if I go on YouTube, I don't know if YouTube has that same thing. I don't think I could play other people's music on YouTube.
So you can, as long as it just doesn't have lyrics, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I gotta sing lyrics.
Oh no,
That's
it's
fine.
fine if you're singing, but you just can't. You just have to play all the music on the piano. That's it.
By yourself, okay.
Yeah.
You just can't use the recording. Okay, yeah, that's
Mhm.
good to know too. I didn't
Because you will
think
get
this was going to be
copyrighted.
something that I would do for so long. Like this was supposed to be like, all right, we'll do this for a couple of weeks. Jelly Rolls will be open back up, and then the time kept ticking and ticking, and now, like I said, here we are, 4 months later. Who would have thought?
Right, exactly. I mean,
It's difficult to kind of plan for that.
You can't
Right.
plan. Nobody could plan for this.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those. Who would have? I thought 9/11 was going to be the craziest thing in my lifetime.
Oh
And then
my
this happened,
gosh.
that I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Right, that is like absolutely crazy.
So, Rob, how long have you been down here playing?
So I moved down here for a college program. That was August 2005. I got a job. I was at Howl at the Moon until 2010. After that, I started there right at the end of my program. Then we tried to open another piano bar that didn't go too well in downtown Orlando. It only lasted about 14 months because there just wasn't traffic down there the way there should be. And then luckily though, somebody was leaving Jelly Roll. So I've been at Jelly Roll since March 2012. So we're over 8 years now.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
been a
which
lot
I'm
of memorable
actually-
experience.
When I come down there, I'm either staying at the Star Wars Hotel if it's open, or Boardwalk. So if so, I'm definitely going to Jelly Rolls because I've never been
Boardwalk's
yet.
always solid. It's one of my favorites. And I know I'm
Yeah.
there all the time, but it's beautiful. You're right there by two parks you could walk to if you want.
Hmm.
And there's so much entertainment between the 5 hotels that are around that area.
right.
Walking distance.
They
What
have
do you-
Yacht and Beach.
Is there any way you can get on Boardwalk, like outside of Boardwalk?
Now?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Because they have the basketball players, some of them are at the yacht club, and the
Oh.
soccer players are at the Swan and Dolphin. So they got that whole area closed off. So that's why, unless you have a pre-existing DVC reservation, which most people canceled, Boardwalk's closed to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Right.
what.
Wait, then how did Tom, does Disney get one?
If
think-
if he's at one of those hotels or something like leaving Epcot, I know people that have stayed that have just walked around and they've taken pictures, but everything's closed except for very specific things. Like I think the bakery's still open because Disney owns that if you want something quick.
Mhm.
Ample Hill's closed.
Oh,
They're
I
done.
heard about
They're
that.
done totally. In fact, I don't know if anybody caught my Instagram story the other day, but the day they pulled out, I happened to be at Springs, and they were supposed to open that new Ample Hills down there. And they still had all the signs up like it was opening. So I took a picture. I'm like, fake news, it's not opening, like a joke. Next day, I happened to be in Springs again. All the signage is
They're
gone.
gone.
Everything's done.
Wait, so Rob, when you graduate from the college program, right? Do like the characters come out and like wave bye to you when you
You know,
graduate from it?
there's a graduation ceremony. I didn't go to it. I couldn't go. I was starting the job at Howl at the Moon. I was busy, so I never got like my.
Right. What about
my
you,
cap.
Andy? Did you
Yeah,
go?
you weren't missing a whole lot. I mean, if you went to any of the other parties during your college program, it was probably the same. Like you'll have a DJ and you had some music and stuff like that. For us, they had. I think we walked around and we saw like some of the unique character meet and greets, like Duffy, who typically meets in Tokyo and some of the European parks as well. Like he was out there meeting and greeting, which was super cool. And then you got, of course, your picture with Mickey and Minnie and their cap and gown, and then you got Mickey ears with a cap, and it's cute. And I think eventually you don't even get really a certificate of completion or anything like that. I think they just digitally now give it to us now, and so I mean it was cool. I mean it wasn't like when I graduated college, but it was fun. It was just a little party, and they had some cool people. That was what I really liked was they actually had like people from Transfer Genie, which is kind of a service where if you're trying to move into a different position in the company, you can like network with them and talk with them and like, hey, how do I get to this position? So that was very helpful for anyone wanting to try to go part-time, full-time.
Right, which I'm actually looking for a job still from Disney because like when I do the college program, I want to be down there and get something in like Florida, not California, or California, I mean, not like the United Kingdom because
Yeah.
or any of the other ones.
It's
Because,
a lot cheaper down here for sure in California.
Hey, Andy,
wanna-
I got a question.
Yeah.
When it comes to a cast member that works with those rides, running the rides, do they get tired of hearing the same song over and over again, or do they get used to it?
I mean, and Rob, you can probably talk about this because the backlot, that's the same spiel a lot. There's some probably new stuff in there too. But for me and Muppets, like I really loved kind of flipping it up every now and then. Whenever I was going to give a spiel, I tried to, get a rhythm because you're memorizing a lot of, stuff. And so, but you want to try to at least kind of make it personal to you. Like one thing I always like to do whenever I was in Muppet Vision Theater and I was spieling, about, make sure you guys aren't filming or anything like that. Also, if you guys could pull down that lap bar low and tight across your lap and then pull up on the yellow strap for me, guys. Of course, there's no seatbelts or anything like that in the theater. You're not moving anywhere. It's just a 3D show. And so it would get a couple people and people would be laughing like, guys, this is a comedy show, We encourage laughter, it's a joke. And then finally some people would start laughing. But,
I like those.
did you ever be behind the scenes where like they like run the show with like the Sweden monster?
Yeah, I worked a lot with Sweden's backstage, and he would often like to play pranks on us because there's a very narrow hallway. I won't spoil any secrets about Muppet Vision just because it's very sacred to me. But like, there's a little narrow hallway that Sweden's is able to get from certain doors and stuff like that, and it's very tight. And so like, if you're trying to get back and Sweden's is coming back, he's gonna scare you or something, and it's just really funny just to watch him because he's huge. He's just like like the guy's at least 6'7", something like that. He's just giant,
Yeah, I would like to get a job in like Muppet Vision 3D for college program. If I
Highly
can.
recommend it.
I
I'm
wish
curious if it's going to stay open too much. I mean, maybe now this might have actually bought it more time, but I figured that's got to be one of the next things that they would sadly change at that park because it's been there since opening.
That's a very good point. I mean, we got to talk with some Imagineers when they came to do the Mickey Shorts Theater, which opened the same day as the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And we were talking to them about, Muppet Vision and Indiana Jones, because they were looking to get rid of Indiana Jones for a while and replace that with a Star Wars Land for a while. And they were like, we love these big shows because, especially Muppets, because Muppets can filter through 540 people without pandemic, 540 people every 17 minutes. And so that's 540 people that could be, taken out of the park. Unfortunately, typically numbers, when it's not peak, run about like maybe 200, 300 per show. And so it's still taking in a lot of people, but, it's not obviously the big showstopper.
Right.
Right.
So, but like, what about the VIP tours in Disney World? Do you recommend doing those? Like, I mean, well,
I think that totally depends on how much money you have, and how you want a vacation. I mean, it's definitely a good experience. There's so many ways to do Disney World. There's so many ways to do the vacation, and I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. It's the way that works best for you.
Right, which I know a VIP tour guide out there, Kyle Palo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, if I do it, I'll try to book it with him.
Yeah.
I would also recommend doing like the Keys of the Kingdom tour as well at some point. Like go do the Utilidors and stuff like that. That was one of the coolest days I've ever gotten to do. When I worked in Magic Kingdom for a little bit too, for some of the holidays and stuff like that. And every time I got to go to Utilidors, like I thought that was the coolest place in the world.
I never did that before.
Michael. Okay, there.
Look at this. This is so cool. I
Oh
can't.
wow,
We told him he needs to get a job at Disney.
that's
Yeah,
really
that's great.
Yeah,
Well, that's not all he has.
I'll show you some more. Let me-
We told him we were like, you need to get a job at Disney because this is remarkable. Like, how can anybody not? Like,
That's really good.
He needs to. Keith, you should call
Yeah.
Disney tomorrow and apply.
yes.
Those are great.
Show me your Elsa.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh, there's
Wow.
Donald, Pluto again, Goofy.
He has a bunch of more.
Oh yes, he does.
Keep showing them.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's Elsa right there.
Oh,
Mickey Mouse,
nice.
the one that started all, like Equity Ben.
I talked to him today a little bit.
Yeah,
Thank
Ben's
you.
awesome too.
Well, I happen to be in studio, so I had to put up a little video in front of the Frozen theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I tagged them in it. It's like people like me and him, we're trying to do what we can do, but I feel we're all stuck. People that enjoy a stage, we want to be on a stage. Not having a stage is a nightmare for us.
Right.
Like,
I
I
mean, like-
cannot wait until they bring him back to Frozen.
Yeah.
So
Like, I've never seen him before in his show.
it's funny. Ben and I were in theater together.
That's
And he was
awesome.
like, I got a job. I was like, no, you didn't. He's like, I got a job at Frozen. I was like, you know what? I'm packing my bags. I'm coming to see you.
I used to see him in the Hoop-Dee-Doo show. I thought he played that sixpence role better than anybody.
Wow.
Does
Yeah.
he still perform there?
No, something happened and he wasn't working there anymore. And I know he told me the story once before, but I'll let him tell it. But then he just got lucky. They were putting a new Frozen show together and they called him. I mean, he kind of made that. He makes that role. And you can tell the difference. If you're there on a day, he's there versus somebody else. It's night and day. It makes the attraction. I mean, Andy, you'll know this too, because any spieling attraction, the spieler can make the attraction like that.
Or break it.
And just a little sad thing with Disney, they don't give like a spieler on a ride like the way Movie Ride or Jungle Cruise or Backlot Tour. They don't get any extra money. They get the same as a regular cast member. So it's hit or miss if you get somebody that does that job well.
Right. I mean, like just yesterday, I was at Magic Kingdom and we did the Jungle Cruise because that's one of my favorites, just because that's where it gets a little leeway. And I feel like every now and then you'll have a cast member that has like one of those like jokes that maybe they dig up or something like that, or they heard from like one of their friends, and so you don't hear it too much from the script. But it's just funny because if you actually read what is suggested for you to say, like it's really boring sometimes. Like this stuff was written like decades ago, And
But
especially,
depending on who your manager is,
yeah,
if you stray from that script, you could get in a lot of trouble. They want you. It's a you know. It's like franchising a restaurant. They want
right.
Olive Gardens to look the same everywhere you go. An Olive Garden is a McDonald's is a McDonald's. And I like when people can add their own little personal touch. That makes it like I don't know if anybody does a piano show the same way I do, but I also don't care if they do it the same way I do. I do it. That's my personality. That's what works
Right.
best.
Right. But did they announce yet when like the parades and shows are returning? Because I know they did a trial for the parade at Shanghai.
I think the cavalcades are a good example of what they can do parade wise, and
I
how
think they should honestly just keep cavalcades like they are forever.
they work
Hey,
really well.
Orlando Mike.
Hey there, Orlando Mike.
Mike, you want to join us? We have a spot open. That'd be awesome if he did. What, Teresa?
And
what's it gonna say?
Keith, do you have one of Ariel? If so, put it on.
I need to learn how to draw Ariel.
Dang it. Oh, if he did,
Hey,
that would get Mike probably up here, Teresa.
That's great,
Yeah.
Jeannie.
them
That's
in the
great.
chat.
What?
So yeah, so like I said, I my June trip was just like a total disaster. I have my countdown going so bad too. Like my heart is broken still. Like because like I was counting down and then my sister made a reservation. She's like, stop counting. I was like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm like so happy like right now like because we're staying at the new Disney Riviera.
It looks gorgeous. I haven't been there yet. I thought about making reservations at the restaurant because reservations are easy to get right now for any restaurant.
yeah,
And then we're staying at the Animal Kingdom too. On the
Great.
so yeah.
Hey,
Like-
Keith, can I take that off now, just in case?
Yeah,
wants
you
to go?
can.
But I love Animal Kingdom. Like that's my favorite place to stay of all. But then again, I want to stay at Rivera because I heard that they have a Bean and Beast restaurant. Am I right? Like
Which
or
restaurant?
bar, the Bean and Beast.
Yeah, that's at Grand Floridian.
yeah.
I thought that was at the Rivera.
Wait,
I think
are
it's
you
no.
thinking of
Enchanted
the-
Rose.
That's Topolino.
Are you thinking of the Enchanted Rose?
Yeah.
Lounge?
Is that at the Grand Floridian too?
Yeah, it's on the second floor of the Grand Floridian, right behind.
Oh, right
where
by Gasparillo's.
where the band used to play. I don't think they play there anymore, but on the second floor, right behind.
Right,
where they
okay.
used to play.
I actually had to we went to Gasparillo's back in when was it? October 2019. So I did not know that the monorails and the buses stopped at midnight. I did not know that. So because like I'm from New Jersey, and I went downstairs and the girl's like, "Do you not understand that the buses and the monorail stop working at midnight?" And I was like, "Look, I'm not from here. I was like, I'm from New Jersey." And she's like, "Unfortunately, you can't get back." I was like, "Then where am I supposed to sleep tonight?"
It's usually 2 hours after closing of whatever it is.
Right.
Okay, well, I didn't know
But
that.
like a lot of people don't know this. If you go to Jelly Rolls, there's a bus that stays at the outside of Boardwalk, and it'll drop any stragglers at 2 a.m. at their hotel.
Okay, say well, I didn't know that. So like the Grand Floridian, they vouchered me because I told them, I said, "How much is the cab?" They're like $75. I'm like, where am I going to get that kind of cash? And
Yeah,
she's
that's
like,
a lot.
yeah. She's like, "Please don't do this ever again." I was like, like I said, I'm not from here. I'm from New Jersey, so I don't know nothing. And then she went and talked to her boss, and the boss came out and she's like, "Unfortunately, you cannot do this anymore." I'm like, I said, "I'm not from here." I was like, for the fifth time. And then he vouchered me. And then as soon as I got on the taxi cab, which came at like 2:45 in the morning, he's like, "Are you going to Saratoga?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he started writing out paperwork. I said, "Wait, stop. Are you writing out paperwork? Because if you are, please drop me back off." And he's like, "Yeah, I am." So he dropped me back off, and then another taxi cab from the airport came, and he dropped me back off at Saratoga. But he started a pricing thing, and I said, "Unfortunately, I cannot pay." I said, "I'm sorry." And I gave him the voucher, and he's like, "You're lucky because it cost $90 for a cab."
Wow, you probably Uber it for under $10, I would think.
Yeah, from Floridian to
Why did it lift it?
Florida, nothing.
From Floridian to Grand Floridian is $90. I was like, "Well,
Wow.
here's the voucher." So I know now not to go onto a cab.
Keith's in Toy Story Land again.
That was the most disaster, but I did have fun with all of you guys, Andy. So I had to tell you that. I
That
did
was
have
fun.
fun.
I
That was
can't
the
wait.
most amazing end of the trip.
All I'm gonna say is I can't wait to get down there. I've never been to Gasparillo's ever.
Yeah, Gasparillo's is a fun place. We were all like talking. How were you guys there till Andy? 4, 3?
I think I left. I can't remember. I think
Did you leave right after me?
probably around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't stay there till 4 in the morning or 5.
No, yeah, I don't get when people do that. I was like, yeah, no.
Teresa, you
That
know,
worked probably.
if they had a watercraft, you could have took a boat to.
Oh no,
Disney.
the boat stopped running too. Everything
Yeah.
stopped at midnight.
Not for me when I go.
Well,
Oh, that's right. Because I'm normally in Magic. Wait, so if Magic Kingdom's open to midnight, how does the boat start running at midnight in the buses?
No, I think it's 2 hours after park close. It was probably
Yeah,
midnight
Yeah, 2 hours
when you were
actually.
there.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
but-
why by the time we got to Gasparillo's, it was like almost around what 1:30. Is it 1:32? So that's why I didn't realize. But watch.
Bless you.
So now I know. I know now.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
but
Mm.
so yeah.
I mean, but I can't wait for Star Wars because I haven't seen it yet. The new one,
Galaxy's Edge or
Galaxy's Edge. Haven't seen anything. Haven't been on my Millennium Falcon.
By the
There's
time
not.
I go in 3 years, they'll have that Ratatouille open in the
I know.
It should have been
French
open.
Pavilion.
Hey, Andy. Teresa Rachel asked you a question earlier. I meant to pop it
yeah.
up here.
It's a good question. I think if they were to ever make a Jungle Book ride,
Well, they ever make a Jungle Book ride?
they would probably put it in Animal Kingdom. That's where I would put it. I think they actually did. They had something Jungle Book related when Animal Kingdom originally opened.
Mhm.
And I thought that
And,
Festival Lion King
Shell.
kind of like rampaged that out of there, but I might be mistaken on that.
I'm pretty sure. I wonder what they're gonna do with Primeval Roll. What are they gonna?
Yeah,
put that
what
Trap
happened
it.
with that? Like,
It's sad, but I think what happened with it is that the company that created it went out of business 11 years ago, I think. And whenever a part breaks, it's difficult for them to get a replacement part. And so I think
Right.
the issue is they're probably going to have to get rid of it.
They
Yeah.
are getting. Yeah, like I wonder what's gonna go there though.
It's not that big of a spot, so I'm not expecting anything crazy.
They might put
Unless
Jungle
they just
Book there.
level all Dinorama area, but
Yeah.
They might get rid of that too, Dino Land, and just redo everything.
Talking
like
about the
Zootopia.
TTA.
Oh yeah, what's happening with that though? I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah, what happened with that? Like,
It's supposed
They
to be
actually-
open.
they just announced something. Actually, I think the issue is they're replacing the magnetic track or something like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard something about that. But
I mean, now's the time to get stuff done.
Seriously.
yeah, I mean, like, there's not much people in the park. I mean,
I mean, I just went down for a refurb a couple of weeks before everything closed, and it was down for a 2-week refurb, or 2 or 3 week refurb, and they were supposed to replace all the seats. And they literally actually had tore up all the seats from the theater, and they put it into the pre-show and the exit area, but they ended up just redoing the carpet and the curtains, and I was just like,
in
well,
TTA?
no, from Up at Vision 3D. I'm just talking about like doing
Oh, yeah.
renovations and stuff.
I
like
heard
that.
about that all.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it because I haven't seen that.
it doesn't really look any different. Like it might feel a little different. I mean, the curtains felt nice, but you guys won't be able to touch the curtains. So
right.
Aw.
Now, when the parks closed, how did you feel about that, Andy? Like, were you like devastated? Like, were you like kind of shocked? Because I know a lot of people were kind of, I don't know.
Well, I mean, probably like Rob was feeling. Like, I mean, we were out of a job, you know.
Oh,
you know,
Aaron is here.
it's kind of tough. You know, it's
Hi,
like,
Aaron.
Oh, you have to bring Aaron in.
yeah,
If he wants to,
Yeah, because like
he can.
when I
Aaron, do you want to come up?
when me and my parents were sitting down at dinner, and they brought it onto our news thing, and I was just like, looks like a ghost town. Like, what just happened? And like, then they started announcing about the coronavirus. I'm like, and then I saw on my Facebook page, everybody got furloughed. I'm like, wow, that like kind of just like shocked me. Like, and I know that you're out. Are you still out of a job, Andy, or do you still have a job? Like,
so I ended up actually, we went back to live with my parents for a little bit.
Okay.
And that's actually where we got married. Which is always the best feeling, is getting married in your parents', living room. And so then after that, I got a job temporarily at a grocery store there, and I was just like, man, I hate living with my parents right now. And so we set up shop here. We tried to find a job down here. My wife works remotely from home, and so she's fine. But for me, like, it was a lot more difficult to try to get that. And so I was just like, I just want to go find somewhere in Florida to work and kind of hopefully set up a shop there. I ended up getting a job at a local Walmart in the area.
Aaron, I'll send it to you on Instagram.
Not the best job, but it still works and it pays the bills. So
Hey, Teresa. I was doing that anyways.
are you still living with your parents right now, or like? Are
no,
you back
we moved permanently to Florida, just outside Disney World.
okay.
Aaron, you're gonna get it like right now on Instagram. Got it.
So I have a disability where I can't understand a whole lot of things. Like, I was born with a disability, and like, I was getting tested a lot, like at the hospitals over in Philadelphia here, and then like at the there's like different like resource centers. I was being tested, and everybody thought I had. I hate saying the word, but like it's really, to me it's disrespectful. But everybody thought I was like what do you call it? Handicapped, which I don't use. And then they went further and they were like, oh, she's not handicapped, she just has a learning disability, which a part of me, like, I can't understand a whole lot of things, so I would have to have somebody next to me kind of like saying, Teresa, now like you have to understand this, do you now understand? And I'm like, I kind of. So I went for another testing it's called DVR, where they help you find a job. So I went for testing, and part of the test came back where it was in a low category. So I went to my old elementary school, and they're like, Teresa, there's no way you can get a job. You have to get this part up in order to get a job. So now I'm on unemployment, and it's running out. So I'm pretty screwed.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm like to the point where I'm like, what do I do now? Like, I can't get a job. I mean, I can, but it's not going to be that right job for me. Like, so.
Hey, Keith,
Yeah.
how was it like backstage at Aliens Wearing Saucers?
I do want to work for Disney. I told I told the unemployment I want to work for Disney, and they put it down. They're like, you can work for Disney if you want to. I'm like, yeah, but at the stores they keep saying that, I won't qualify. And he goes, you will. He's like, you just have to tell them that you have a disability. So I'm hoping. So, but
that's one of the coolest things I've had to say about Disney, is that no matter what kind of disability or handicap you might have, like, if there's anything there's a spot for you. There was a girl I knew who would come in. I think she was part of Guest Flow for Hollywood Studios, and she had a service animal with her, like a big service animal. Like, she was in a wheelchair, but the service animal, this dog, would like come up above her head. Like, it was a massive dog. And she'd be, just going into Muppet backstage area or walking out backside. It was just, she was able to still do her job. There are other great friends of mine who, otherwise might not have been able to handle too much, but they're able to stand outside. They're able to just, greet people as they're coming in.
See, that's the perfect position for me. Like, I'm very happy. I'm very outgoing. I'm always like very like happy about everything. And I think that'll be the perfect position, would be, just a greeter until I can work up to something. You know what I mean? But I would have to move to Florida, I'm guessing, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I
You
think, or
know,
like at least be close.
You know, there are. I heard the other day that somebody was mentioning that some people do have service dog legit because of their disability, and then there are some people that doesn't have the disability that takes advantage by getting the I
Mhm.
think it goes around their chest and the certificate saying that the dog's a service dog. A vest.
Hmm.
That's on the dog's chest is the vest. They kind of try to pass their dog off as a service dog so they can take their dog to Disney World.
Right.
Right,
I
I
just,
hear you.
I mean, it's hard for me because like I hate being tested. I mean, tests don't work for me. Like you know, I also want to try to go for Social Security because like with my disability, like I said, it is hard for me.
Right.
Like I said,
So,
understand a whole lot of things. Like I would have to have someone by me 24/7 explaining everything to me. Like
mhm,
it's just the way I was born, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're still handicapped." I'm like, I don't use that word. I use learning disability because that's how you
right.
know.
So, I was even thinking if I don't get the job with Walt Disney World, I'm probably gonna apply at Give Kids a World Village and help them out for a long time.
I
They're
hope
they're
they're,
hurt, they're hurting too now during this.
yeah, I
I
hope they're able to
know.
come back.
I work for I used to work for Ronald McDonald House, and the kids loved me. They're like, Miss Teresa, Miss Teresa. You know what I mean? Like, and I miss that now because like they let me go. So everything is just not working out. I mean, if there's a place for me in Disney, like Andy, if you could put a good word in for me, like,
Oh, Aaron's here.
Oh,
hi
Hey, Aaron,
Hi, Aaron.
Aaron. Hey Aaron,
What's up, Teresa?
64, right? 64?
So funny.
What is it, 64 days now?
Yeah, 64.
Nice.
Oh, I miss you, Aaron. Oh.
So hello to the other two of you that I don't know yet. How are you?
How you doing,
Oh
man?
no, I've met you before.
I've met you, Michael. Yep.
Oh yeah, I
have I
remember
met
Star
you,
Tours.
Aaron?
By the way, I do have to correct one thing. I was not streaming that day. I was there with two friends, and you just happened to notice me.
I'm
I was not.
sorry.
That's okay. I
I'm
just wanted to
sorry.
make sure that was clear.
Oh god.
But I do remember meeting you.
Oh yeah,
That was
I
cool
remember
I
meeting you
got
too.
girl.
because it's not every day you meet someone that knows you from YouTube, so
Right.
it kind of sticks with you.
I met
Yeah.
you at Gasper. I met Aaron 1 year ago, right? Is it 1 year now? Still?
I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Yeah, because that's when I met Andy. So I have. That's when I met. Yes, it's 1 year around. 1 year already.
Yeah, I'm
Andy,
actually-
I feel like I saw you last night or something.
yeah, something like that.
How are you doing, Aaron? I mean, I haven't. I've been on your stream, but I haven't seen you like for a year already.
Doing okay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Teresa, it's been a year for me too.
Yeah, Aaron was so Aaron's so cool. I mean, like I met him and Jeff at Gasparo's, and that's how I got to know Aaron. Like, and then I met him at Magic Kingdom as well.
Yeah, well,
So
I was telling them that I have a trip actually next year. Because I was supposed to be down there right now in Disney World, but it got canceled. And I am staying at the Star Wars Hotel if it's open,
Oh, cool.
which
Hey,
it's not
Michael,
gonna be.
if you leave
Yeah,
this, if you leave this stream as a replay, Aaron can go back later and see those drawings that I did.
Mm.
oh yeah,
he does these drawings, Aaron. You have to see them. Like they're remarkable. Like he needs to get hired by Disney.
he
Or
does.
he can go to my channel and I've got replays that's got him on there.
Yeah, he does. Keith is a very good drawer, and like he really should get a job with Disney. He probably can. Like
Hmm.
second, say they see that pictures. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll go check it out after the stream.
Yeah, he's got the job. He's gonna get it. Keith, go put your word in with Disney next time.
Yeah. So Rob, I actually had a random question for you. I was
Shoot,
wondering
man.
like if you had any like really like either crazy interactions with a guest or someone while you're playing, or anything like that you really like. It's like one of your favorite moments while you're playing.
I will. It's actually somewhere on my Instagram, believe it or not. But I think this one hands down takes the cake. Within the last, like, I'm gonna say maybe within the last 8 weeks before we had to close down, we had a guy in there. He was so happy to be there. He was told he was never gonna walk again, and he asked us to play I'm Still Standing.
Oh,
And I didn't even know all this. My partner was talking to him, and he said, "Hey, can you play I'm Still Standing?" And this guy got on stage. I never. The crowd was all in. It was real. It was just a beautiful, inspirational moment. And I'll never forget playing that song that one time. I played that song hundreds of times, but I'll never
I
forget. That
love,
was hands down my favorite.
that's a great
I
song
love that
What
song.
about the Dis and That crew, though?
too.
I'm gonna have to get. I'm
You guys
gonna
are
have to
great.
get ready for bed, so I'm gonna go. Okay.
Oh, bye, Keith.
Bye,
Bye.
Keith.
Have a good night.
Good night,
Hey,
Keith.
you too.
Good
Bye.
night. Nice meeting you.
That's me, yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, working in a bar for this many years, you see a lot of things. You see good
Oh,
things.
I bet.
You see bad things. But it's fun. It's fun. It's fun either way.
That's awesome. I never got to go to Jelly Rolls while I was there. I always was spending time with someone else or my wife now, but we need to go. We need to go there for sure. Whenever.
It's not even open right now, is it?
No, we've been closed since the day before St. Patrick's Day. That was the last day we were open.
Wow.
I've honestly never been in there because there's a cover charge to get in there, and I don't exactly have the money for a cover charge plus a couple of drinks.
Are you a cast member at all?
No,
All right. You know, no,
I'm
I
just
know,
a pass holder.
And that's the thing from. Oh, I know, because the only reason I asked, cast members Sunday night is cast member night. They get it free. That's the thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a $15 cover. It's not for everybody. I mean, some people come in there.
So I usually end up just going, across the way to Atlantic Dance Hall because there's no cover getting in there.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, we've had this. They've probably had this discussion long before I worked there. We have the cover, and we'll be slammed, and you can walk in the dance hall, and there's 6 people in there. So that's why they never changed what they're doing. For whatever reason, people don't want to seem to be in there, and they don't mind coming into Jelly Rolls. Whoever enjoys it. So the ownership will never change that. I mean, it's people want to be in there, so they get charged to be in there, and you got to cover your entertainment costs for the night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It covers you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to go in there and watch the dueling pianos because I've heard so much good thing about the dueling pianos. So that's what I want to see.
Well, listen, for all of you, when it's open, if you want to come in, let me know. I'll definitely pop you on the list on that night if I can do it. So save you
Aaron,
thank you.
That's
Please.
awesome. You just got it.
It's the only small perk I have, but yeah, absolutely. You have to let me know.
Yeah, I don't know when that will be when I get down there because
I don't know when I'm going to be back there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not in Orlando. I'm in.
No, I know that, but I'm just in general. I'm saying,
Yeah.
This whole next year and a half is going to be one of the most interesting times of all of our lives. Nothing that's never happened before.
Yeah, someone in one of my chats asked. He's a little kid, like 16 years old, and he asked, "Do you think the parks are going to survive this?" I'm just like, they are absolutely going to survive this.
They kind of have to. It's almost that too big to fail thing. It's the same reason. Listen, that's why baseball's on right now. Baseball doesn't need to be on right now. They know they need to distract people because there's too many people and they need stuff to do. If people don't have stuff to do, they do stupid things. That's human nature. So yeah, of course, Disney's gonna be okay. I just don't know when the mask thing has to go away. I hope that this doesn't become a thing that we're wearing masks like 5 years from now. Like I get it. You have to do it for a time, but like you can't do that. People need to be around people. They need to see people smiling. People need that.
That's an exactly good point because my thinking is these masks are not going to be on forever. They're going to be around as long as they're medically necessary because people hate the masks. Just ask people, even if they're willingly wearing them, they hate them. And they can't wait for them to go by the wayside and not need them anymore. And I'm one of them. I know they're medically necessary. I willingly wear them because I want them to become unnecessary quicker.
Exactly. Exactly, 100%. That's exactly what it is.
How was your day in studios with that? Did you see a lot of like good people wearing masks, or was it kind
Yeah.
of like half and half? Or
Overall, it was great. The parks are at such low capacity right now. Like, it's that there's definitely room. But the best answer I give people are people. There's
Yeah.
good ones. There's bad ones. If you are in any way truly afraid of getting the virus, I don't think you should go to a theme park. You
No.
can't. Don't put yourself in that situation if you're really worried. There's hand sanitizers everywhere. You can do that stuff.
I mean, all you gotta do is watch my streams. Literally every time I ride something and I'm getting off, I'm like, okay, it's hand sanitizer. Let me sanitize real quick.
Yeah.
Because literally every time I get off an attraction or a show.
But the fact of the matter is, we can all do that, right? And for whatever reason, we breathe in the wrong thing in the air at the wrong time, and you could have washed your hand 150 times that day, and a weird thing happened. I mean, but this is my opinion. I don't expect everybody to agree. I don't want to be locked up forever. Like today, it was worth it for me to take a little bit of risk and do something, because I can't just rot in the house. Like, what's life then if we're not living it?
Yeah.
No, exactly. I mean, I literally carry a bottle of hand sanitizer with me. But you know, I haven't hardly used it because they got all those hand sanitizer dispensers around right now.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like Disney today. That's the best thing I say when I'm going. It's not that it's bad.
People asked me that yesterday on my live stream at Magic Kingdom. They tell me, how does the parks feel right now? I'm just like, should I even come? What I told them was, look, if you're looking for the normal magic with the parades, the fireworks, the shows, the interactions with characters, it's just not there. It's not there right now. However, there's enough of it actually there that that you can still have a magical day at the parks if what you're looking for is there. Like, the rides are still there. The characters still come by on those cavalcades. There's still enough there to have a magical day, but it's not the same type of magical day that we're used to.
Yeah, but if you brought your 3-year-old and you want them to hug Mickey, it's not possible.
Exactly. Exactly.
The people I went with today, a friend of mine from New York, he's like, I like to go on rides and drink beer. This is awesome for me. There's no lines. And if that's what you want to do, it's great. But like, if you saved up all your family money and this was your big trip, don't do it now. Like, that's
That's exactly what I've been saying for a long time. Look, if this is your once in 5 years or once in a lifetime trip, do not come now. You will not have that Disney magical experience to make lifelong memories with.
Yeah.
But all you're there to do is ride rides. I mean, then go for it, you know.
Yeah, if you're there to ride rides, this might be a great time for you. You got so much time on your ride. I'll tell you something, and again, personal opinion. I don't like to see all the people with the photo pass and everybody's got their masks on. Like, they can't even take their mask off for photo. I don't want to spend money on a Disney photo when I have a mask on. That's not. I don't want.
That's why I'm thankful I have my annual pass, because I get photo pass included, so I don't have to pay for it.
Which I think is what most people are doing. I think most people that are taking those pictures, it's included. So why not get it?
Yeah. And because I literally saw this couple. I think it was about a week ago. They were trying to take a picture in front of the castle, literally right there in front of the Castle 4 stage, and they took their mask off to take a family photo. And a cast member saw them and said, "You got to put your mask back on." No one else around them.
That's what I don't like. If there's nobody near you, let that. But again, most of them are minimum wage employees, and they're told this is the rule. You make sure everybody follows this rule. So they don't even have leeway. They don't want to get in trouble, so they make sure that they say it. But it's the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. Those people aren't spreading anything at that moment. They can take their picture, but if they're not allowed, they're not allowed. That's it's what it is.
And me and Andy talked about this on his stream. I said that's one of the differences between Universal and Disney right now. I went to Disney, and I went to take a selfie with Doc Brown over by the train.
Yeah.
And take it with my mask on. The character literally told me, "Take your mask off."
Yeah.
For the picture.
Because they understand. I mean, I'm going through my own thing that I have to get over because I'm so sad they canceled Horror Nights. Like, I couldn't. I thought they were moving forward. I know people that got hired literally last week, no idea, and then I'm so bummed right now. That's my event of the year.
I had a few friends that were going to be entertainers for Universal this year, and they actually had their job offers rescinded. And I was like, oh, like they were literally just waiting to get trained, and they just sorry, yeah.
It happened with a lot of people, a lot of industries across the
Yeah.
board. It's like I said, unprecedented. We'll see what happens on the other side whenever the other side presents itself.
It definitely seemed busier in Magic Kingdom yesterday.
Yeah.
It was
Do you think
crazy
it was just
how
because
much.
it was a Saturday too? Like I'm wondering, like I'm sure the weekends.
I
are
feel
always
like it was
busier.
partially because it was a Saturday, but you know, those park passes haven't really been flying off the shelf, so to say. So
Well, they're not
I
even
feel
selling annuals. You can't get an annual right now if
no,
you don't already have it.
I just feel like, you know, part of the crowds are starting to return as well, because I know the pass holder bucket was gone for yesterday,
Okay.
and it was gone, and it was gone for today as well.
Okay.
So I definitely feel like the crowds are beginning to return.
So
As long as they keep coming and we're not getting any elevated cases that we're hearing about, which we haven't right now. I know they just released that.
No, literally, Mayor Dimmings said the other day there's been no known outbreaks tied to the parks.
Yeah, I saw that same thing. So if that's the case, then great. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So I saw that, and I was pretty happy to see the crowd starting to return,
Yeah.
because this was one of my complaints again on Andy's stream the other day. The theme parks with low crowds, yeah, it's fun. You can ride a lot of rides in a short amount of time, but they just feel lifeless.
Well, and people don't know how to act with the mask on. They put that mask on, it's a barrier. They don't want to smile. They don't want to almost even make eye contact with people because it shuts them down as people. It's not how they're used to interacting.
No, I have definitely found myself, just out of pure habit, I'll get in line for a photo pass, get up there, they'll scan my band, because they do this scan before the picture right now, every single one of them, and get up there, take the picture, get pose, and I'm smiling behind the mask. I'm like, geez, like you can even see me smiling.
Yeah. But you do. It's not. I mean, I'd rather that. It's natural to smile. I mean, that's what we want to do.
I could have stuck my tongue out at the camera and no one would be the wiser.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still wondering what they're gonna put with where Primeval World was in Animal Kingdom and where Rivers of Light was.
That's a good question for Rivers of Light. I kind of like the actual floats themselves, like the color floats. I almost want them to leave them out there just stationary and stuff like that, because they're really pretty at night. But I have no idea what you would do with that space or how you would, because what we were trying to do with Rivers of Light, I think, is they're just trying to figure out what to do with that show, because
it wasn't one of my favorites.
Not mine either.
I saw it once.
It
I was
wasn't mine
okay.
either.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially when
know.
you got such killer shows at the other parks.
Exactly. Like, what are you going to say? Like, hey, yeah, you guys really need to go see Rivers of Light. Ignore Happily Ever After, Fantasmic, or even
Oh yeah,
you know.
Fantasmic for sure. Fantasmic for sure.
That's my favorite. That's been my favorite show they've ever put in
Mine
any
too.
park.
I
some
don't
people
know about
argue they like-
Happily Ever After though, because I've never seen it yet.
When I first saw it, I needed a second. The second time I saw it, it really blows me away. And what they do with the castle projections now, it's great. And I was such a big Wishes fan. I was like, I'm never going to like anything else. Wishes is great, but Happily Ever After is good. It really is.
Yeah.
I love Happily Ever After. I think that just tells a story and it brings true meaning. Brings wishes. To kids that don't have nothing. It's just one big story. So I love it. If it were to come back, I would have been there, said and done. So
yeah, but what about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway though? How is that thing going?
What's your opinion on that, Rob? Because I think you did that one today, right?
First time ever, actually.
Bye,
Really?
Mom.
Well, because we don't get all the previews at Jelly Rolls.
Love
we
you,
don't get all
Mom.
the same thing. So I've been blocked out of studios since November.
Oh,
So that's why it
I'm
was a
on the
big deal
internet.
for me to go today. It was good. I don't want to take anything away from it. I like the ride technology. It seems the same ride technology, kind of like Rise, but even Great Movie Ride was like that trackless technology. I'm not as big a fan of the new Mickey Mouse animation cartoons as the old ones. but it's cute. It's the story, and I also, not in a bad way, I don't think that ride was for me. It's for a new generation of fans. So I don't want to take away from that. I mean, there's plenty of things for me, but so I wouldn't spend park admission just to go on it. But it's good to have a Mickey Mouse ride. You needed that. You never had a Mickey Mouse ride in all of
Right.
Disney history.
I think it's perfect too, just because there's no height requirement for it too.
Yeah, which is most. I mean, I don't think Movie Ride had one either. Like most of those
Yeah.
rides, it's great when you can. I mean, I had my first kid in Magic Kingdom at 9 days old, and we still took him on a couple, because most of those rides you can just hold your kid of any age, unless it's a thrill ride. You can, and that's what Disney's for. That's why I wasn't a big fan of Mission Space when it first came out. You totally separated the family by having that ride. You that's not what Disney was ever about. But then they're trying to compete with Universal to put in more thrill rides. I mean, money versus quality, and it's all that. It's a game.
It's tough. I think overall the ride's a nice addition to Hollywood because of that no height requirement, because that definitely the park needed that.
Yeah.
But like I think as a whole, like it does its job, but it doesn't go out of its way necessarily, you know.
Studios always had too many shows for me and not enough attractions, and they're starting to fix that, I think, a little bit. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the way they're doing it, but they definitely needed more attractions. I mean, you can't just sit in shows all day.
Right.
So let me ask you all this. We all know Hollywood Studios has a lot of shows. Which shows would you like to see replaced or updated?
Ooh, I'm gonna get yelled at when I say it.
Oh, I hope that you don't say the ones I'm thinking you're thinking.
To be very honest with you, and by the way, I'm so glad Lights Motors Action is gone.
Yeah.
But they all need to go. All the shows are ancient there, with the exception of maybe Frozen. And I'm not even a big fan of the movie Frozen. But Indiana Jones is the same show from Park Open. It's a great show, and I'm glad that they own Lucas now, which is great. But it's the same show. Muppets, I would love to see a new Muppets. Like, they made so many more movies. Again, it's the same thing. Beauty and the Beast, same show. They haven't. Little Mermaid, same show. They're not bad shows, but you got to do something new for people.
Big time. I'm actually gonna. Oh, sorry.
I think I actually perfectly agree with Rob on this. Look, I love Stunt Spectacular, and I know you have a love for it, Andy, because you worked it. And same with Muppets. You worked it, you love it, but they're both, older. They need updating. Maybe Indiana Jones, they can put a new Stunt Spectacular property there, or with Muppets, they can update the film to a brand new Muppet film and keep the Muppets in that spot. But with like Little Mermaid, I love Voyage of Little Mermaid. Ariel's my favorite princess, but that show is definitely showing its age.
Yeah.
Same thing with Beauty and the Beast. It's showing its age. That show has been there for so long. They could put another Broadway style show there. The only one that I would say is probably safe, but probably could use an update is probably Frozen. Because let's face it, that Frozen sing-along is super popular right now.
I think honestly, my favorite version of it is during the holidays, because the Christmas version of it, that's so much fun, and it just adds on to it, and I think it's nice. It makes great overall.
They have Olaf too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
And just the fact that they do that.
Yeah, that's such a great touch. Right. And I think honestly, if I can kind of trash my own ride a little bit, I love Muppets. It's my heart. I almost want to see them to replace it with a live Muppet show. Like, take some of those puppeteers from the Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Maybe just do something with that area. Kind of get rid of Launch Bay and some of that other stuff. I know that's like where you can see the classic Star Wars characters and stuff like that. But there's so much more potential you could probably do in that area. And then just take them and make a live Muppet show. That would be fun. Or something in that area.
Yeah, there's so much potential to be done with the Muppets that Disney is not using at the Disney parks right now. I mean, they literally just got rid of Great Moments in American History last year.
Yeah.
I think they got too many things. Like, it's what do they want? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're doing a lot of stuff. There's something going, and basically, I think in every park there's something new happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have a feeling they're gonna make another Muppet show, because they're adding Muppets now this Thursday to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So they might add
and they made it Pizza Rizzo. I can't see making it Pizza Rizzo and then getting rid of your Muppet property. That would make no sense to me.
I am quite surprised that they're having Pizza Rizzo consistently open right now.
Me too.
After having it seasonal for so long.
And the reviews aren't great on Pizza Brazil. I haven't eaten there yet, but the reviews don't ever seem great.
No, the reviews
They're
never
not.
seem that great for it. But I've walked past it, and it smells like it would be decent theme park pizza. I'm not expecting the best pizza ever going into that, but it smells like it would be decent theme park pizza.
It's not delivery; it's DiGiorno.
No, not quite that bad.
No, but like, man, everyone crashing on the Muppets the hardest right now. Okay, but no, it's
Shame on you. You need to hand in your Muppet shirt.
yeah, no. But there's so much potential, and yeah, I definitely think there will be something there with it.
Yeah.
I hope there is. Honestly.
I mean, I think I read somewhere they are doing a third Muppets movie in the new series. So the Muppets are going to be around for a while, and they definitely deserve representation in the theme parks.
Yeah,
So-
I will say two things about Muppet Vision 3D though. Next year is its 30th anniversary, and the only other reason I think people are a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger on it is just because that's the last thing Jim Henson ever did.
Yeah.
And so it's tough, it's his last performance as Kermit, and so they don't want to see it go. I'm sure there's probably some way it's been recorded, and they might even release a DVD of it or something. But
My
they really want to.
me and you were talking about this the other day, Andy. But my biggest complaint with Muppet Vision is Waldo.
Yeah, it sucks. He's sucks.
Ha! You're right.
He's
That's
terrible.
what I mean, it was, but they just wanted, like they say it in the show, it was cheap 3D tricks.
Yeah.
That was state of the
That's a
art when
joke.
it came out.
Yeah.
That's a state of the art show when it came out. But now we're looking at it and it's like, oh, you got 3D glasses on your rides now. That's like Universal's gimmick. So who wants to sit in the thing and watch, Fozzie's Waka Waka jokes without that cheesy now? They were always cheesy, but now it's
Honestly, Waldo's best joke is at the end when he turns into Mickey Mouse. They'll never recognize me now.
Yeah.
Forward.
I love when you do that, Aaron. You oh my god, you touched my heart. I'm sorry, but you make me happy.
He talks like I like when he talks like Mickey Mouse.
Thanks,
It's
Aaron.
funny.
I love your.
And that is Wayne Allwine there. So rest in peace, Wayne.
You do make me happy.
Always wanted
Aaron.
to meet Wayne.
Just hearing your Disney voices is like, I don't know. I just feel so happy. So thank you, Aaron. You're so full of light. You're so full of happiness. And I love your live streams, by the way. They keep me going all the time. And sign up to be your Patreon. That's just super cool,
Well, thank you, Teresa.
So, and I'm glad to be your friend, for almost a year now. So,
Well, guys, I think I need to go to bed. I am exhausted from my day.
I'm feeling that too.
yeah.
I'm
You guys
staying
are
on.
great. This was so much fun.
Yep, I think it's time for me to hop out too because I got to get up in the morning.
It was great to meet you, Rob. I think you're awesome, and I'm excited to see your show eventually.
Yeah, honestly, guys, hit me up whenever you want. Whatever's going on. When Jelly Rolls is open, please don't be strangers. It's great.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up too. If I'm down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for having me, Michael. Thank
No
you very
problem.
much.
Yep.
Man.
You're welcome.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
night,
inviting me
guys.
on as well, Michael. I'm
No
gonna hop out too, so I can go to bed.
Okay. Okay.
Good
Bye.
night, everyone.
Hi, Andy. Oh, thank you. It was such a surprise.
Aaron.
Bye, Aaron. See ya.
Bye.
Aaron. I'm staying live.
Bye, Andy.
Oh, bye, Teresa. Oh.
I'm not. So,
Teresa's never leaving. She stays
no, I'm not
full
really.
time.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
surprise.
for making fun of me.
Actually, it was a surprise from me to you. So,
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been a year already. It felt like yesterday
Yeah.
that we met at Gasparo's. It's weird, but I miss everybody. I really do. Just looking at all the pictures that we took, it was just why? Why did I even leave? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I miss everything. I really do.
I mean, I'll tell you honestly, it is a tough decision to move down here permanently. It is tough to kind of just make the jump, especially because in my case, we were at my parents and they weren't having us pay rent or anything like that. We were just working, just saving up money. And we didn't have to really worry for anything. But at the same time, it's been such a good, just feeling just being here.
Yeah.
And I mean, for right now, whenever we go to the parks, and I say this in all my videos right now, including one I have coming out tomorrow, we were trying to figure out why it doesn't quite feel like home yet. Like why it doesn't feel like the magic's here yet. And I think for us, for Sierra and I, whenever we go, it's because when we were at Disney, we were trying to be very selfless people, as in like we're trying to help other people. We're trying to not make it about ourselves. And when we're not cast members now and we're going to the parks, we're just going as guests. It's almost kind of selfish. Like you feel like you're just doing these rides or doing these shows and you're doing these things just because you're trying to have some fun. And we went to Magic.
And I enjoy that. Like,
I think that is a Walgreens hat season.
It's a Washington Nationals, but the logo is very, very similar.
See, I'm a Phillies fan, so
yeah.
But I mean, that's just the way I was born. Like to make, to be happy, to be outgoing, to be friendly. Like, not to like sit there and like, oh, I'm not gonna hurt. I don't want to hurt people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm a person that wants to make people happy. Like, if they're down, I want to be like, oh, I'll lift your spirits up. You know what I mean? Like I said, working with, children and all. Children love me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to be down there. So I can like, just, I don't know, be, what do you call it? A cast member. And to just like be a person that, says hi and bye. Like, I want to be that person. I don't want to just sit here and be like, there's nothing to do. Like, it's the same old Jersey. Like, I mean, even though our prices are going up in like gas and food, it's just like, I just want to get back down there and be like, hey, I'm here. Like, so.
Same.
Yeah. And it's just great. And now that we've kind of figured it out, we're just going to enjoy what we can. I know we're going to go to Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom at some point. Because we got the Flex Park ticket deal that was available for Florida residents. Really great deal. And it works perfectly for us. But we're just excited to go back, and of course we'll see all of our friends, or all my friends, for Hollywood Studios, and And I'm gonna keep like begging them to say like, get me back in.
Exactly. Because like I have connections with Indiana Jones, so like they tell me, whenever you're here, just message us, come with us, be with us. I'm like, oh, well, all right, yeah, that's cool. Like, but I do want to be back in like Hollywood Studios. I want to go back to Animal Kingdom because my friend works there. Like, my friend works for Finding Nemo, and I told everybody this is a story. Now I'll make it short, but like, see, me and my friend, we were in theater together back here in Jersey, and he's like, I got a job in Disney. I was like, no, you didn't. He's like, I got a job at Finding Nemo. I was like, shut up, no, you didn't. And he's like, yes, I did. I was like, so I packed my bags and I got on the plane, and I didn't tell him I was coming. Like, I just wanted to surprise him. And I got the first day, got to Animal Kingdom, ran to Find Nemo, and I said to the cast, please don't tell him I'm here. I want to make it like a big surprise. So they put me in the VIP section. Well, he was like, the light on his face was just like priceless. And then he got down one night and he had a box, and inside the box was a note, and it said, like, he put it in my hands like, don't read yet. So everybody's like, just say yes, just say yes. I was like, what? Wait, what is happening? But he's gay. So, but his director came and took me and brought me up on stage, and I could hear like a lot of like, talking and doors being shut, and so then the doors open and the whole entire cast. I mean, directors, producers, stage managers, the whole 9 yards. That's so awesome. It was awesome. Like, I never had that before. So, and that was like my first at Disney. You know what I mean? To feel like the magic, like it just made me happy. So
yeah.
And then when I met you guys, I was like, I actually have friends now, like that I can come and see, or I can come and visit, like, or I can talk to. You know what I mean? When I'm feeling down, you know what I mean? I could talk to you, like, or like Aaron, you know what I mean? So, and I appreciate that. So
for sure. I mean,
tell you that. So
I feel like there's room for everyone in the Disney community, as long as the Disney community provides that room too. And they aren't, stuck up or anything like that. And they're just, don't take yourself seriously.
I know. So like, that's another thing. Like I take stuff seriously. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have the heart for that, and I can't control that. So, but I try not to let things bother me a lot. Like, but yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure.
but yeah. So, I do want to get back down so that I could just be happy. You know what I mean? Like, and be able to visit. You guys and just see things I haven't seen before. Cause like I never been on, in Andy's backyard, which is actually your name now, like
Yeah,
Andy's backyard.
we
You got the whole yard to yourself.
we decided. I think I figured out where I want my own little Instagram wall to be, and I was like thinking about because the problem with me having my name Andy's Playground is that it's pretty much a shoo-in that
I know.
I'm supposed to belong in Toy Story Land. But the problem is actually Toy Story Land is my least favorite part of Hollywood Studios. But because it's just there's no shade. It's so hot back there.
I know.
And you can't duck in anywhere for AC except for Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
But that's the worst part of it. But I think honestly, like it's the Slinky's a fun ride, but it's just always just really long wait.
Right.
And I mean, it's it's tough. But one of the coolest things about that area is that it's so close to the old animation buildings, and you can actually kind of see them from a certain wall. That's my favorite little backstage thing. You can actually see the animation buildings as you're coming in from that one area from One Man's Dream area. And if you head towards Slinky, you can look through the wall like that. There's that gray wall where you can see that they're building the restaurant back there. If you look past it,
I don't think I've ever been back that far. So
yeah, if you're going to Toy Story Land, like via like that, so you see the Incredibles area on your left,
okay,
and you keep walking straight towards Toy Story Land, you'll see this gray. It's a cast member wall, so it's meant to look like you're not supposed to see it. But if you look past that gray wall, and you'll see these tan buildings, these huge buildings that are right over there. Those are the old animation buildings where they made Lilo and Stitch, Mulan, and I think they did Brother Bear. Brother Bear was also there.
Wow.
And
That's why I want to come back because like I want to see things that I didn't get to see. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that you're describing now, it's like I didn't even know that. Like
yeah.
So I mean like so things are just new to me. Like Slinky Dog and like the I don't know, alien sorcerers, that's all new to me. Like I never seen that before.
It's fun. I mean, it's a fun park. The one thing that's really rough, and when we were talking about this, the major disadvantage of having all the shows closed right now in Hollywood studios is that those shows, which can take so many people, Indiana Jones can take over 2,000 people.
Oh, I know.
The problem with that is those people don't have anywhere else to go except for the rides. So that boosts up the wait time on a lot of those rides.
Yeah.
I think Mickey and Minnie's had like, what, a 2-hour wait at one point?
Yeah. Yeah, I know like when I was there was like 3-hour wait, 4-hour wait, and I was just like, I'm not waiting that long. Like I want something that's short. Like, but now that, this whole pandemic thing is like, park reservations, I never even heard that before. Like that's something new to everybody, I guess. Like I don't know if it's new to you, but I mean like, it's new to me and my family. We're like, what's park reservations? Like so, but now that we got the park reservations, is that including the rides or is that something different? Like,
so we had figured it out. So basically, you get a reservation for a park. So like you have a ticket or whatever your annual pass is, that you select a park that you want to go to, and that's the park you're going to be for the rest of that day. Like you're not going to be able to jump to Animal Kingdom. You're not going to be able to jump to Magic Kingdom if you choose Epcot. Epcot's going to be your park.
Right. So I heard about that, but I'm just like, is the rides included? That's what I'm I'm kind of confused. I'm like, so wait, the park reservation, does that mean the rides or does that just mean like,
Basically, if you can imagine like going to a park without Fast Pass, like if you could go to a park that didn't have Fast Pass or anything like that, however, the only disadvantage is you can't leave that park. That's what the reservation system is.
Okay.
Like we went to Magic Kingdom.
We were talking, we're like, what does park reservation include? Like, does it include rides? Does it include like just the characters? Like, we were like kind of
Yeah. We saw guests using the disability access. I don't remember how many people. I don't think I saw too many people using Fast Pass though. I don't think I saw Fast Pass too much because the problem is, it's still all that social distancing issues. I don't know if they justified for the social distancing for those who use FastPass.
Right, because like I was talking to one of my friends who works at SeaWorld, and she's like, nobody does social distancing at any of the parks. I'm like, well, that's a problem for me because like, my dad, on the other, he can't be around like a whole lot of people. Like this medical condition, like it's deteriorating. Like you can tell, like he has trouble getting off the couch. Like it has to take two people just to get my dad off the couch. Like so, I mean, like with his disability, it's not gonna work. Like, but he's like, I want to go to Disney. I want to go because God forbid if something happens to me, then that's it. You know what I mean? So he wants to go. Like, but the only thing is with driving, we don't know where people have been. We don't know what people touch. You know what I mean? But so I don't know. But we just wasn't sure. Like we've been just talking. We're like, what does park reservation include? You know what I mean? So now that we got the feel for it, so now, does anything else be included? Like I mean, like I know dining, that's a different thing, right?
So dining works for largely the same. You can still make your reservations. However, again, it has to be for that park, and or you can try to do it for Disney Springs or something like that. You can leave the park and then come back. That's okay.
You can.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, granted, like I personally wouldn't, just because like if I'm there, especially if I'm paying for a park day, something like that, and the parks are only open like 10 hours a day or 9 hours,
right.
Like the big 13, 14-hour park days. So it's like, I would rather personally just eat something in the park.
Right. Okay. So like we can just mobile order, right? We can't just go up to them and be like, oh, can we order from you? Okay, so mobile orders.
So that's how it was working at Cosmic Rays yesterday. They what they would do is they would have you wait outside, and then once you're ready for your mobile order to be called, then you would go up to the front and be like, all right, hey, this is my mobile order, and then they'll send you to a line, pick up your order, then you can eat inside. That was nice. What Sierra and I did yesterday was we actually walked up to be our guest. And we were just like, hey, we were just wanting to see if we can be our guest possibly. And they're like, yeah, actually we're accepting walk-ins right now. And so we were able to walk in and be our guest. It was lunch prices, so it was very pricey. So I wouldn't recommend that if you're going on a budget, but it was worth it because that was our only day we were going to be in Magic Kingdom for months.
Right.
Even if we got to be cast members, we'd still be blocked out through November. So.
Okay.
Susan Mary just said something about mobile ordering. She likes mobile ordering.
Yeah, it's super convenient. Like, because you can make your order and you don't have to wait in the line. You can just do whatever you want, and then once it's ready, you just grab your food and go.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're doing here too. We call ahead and like we order, and then they either deliver or you can pick up. I mean, but we have no indoor dining because of coronavirus, so like we had to eat outside, but. We were saying like, what the weather's bad here. I mean, what are we supposed to do in our cars?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I mean, we weren't sure about that either. Like, if we were to stay, like, I know the Riviera and Animal Kingdom. Like, I know you guys have indoor dining. That's pretty cool. But like here, it's just very different. It's not the same. So, so that's another thing we were told. We're like, what is there indoor dining? Is there like outdoor dining? Like,
there's both.
There's both. Okay.
They will. I'm just going to keep using Cosmic Rays as an example, just because it's a perfect kind of example. They also had the same thing at Village House too for Pinocchio's. They would. They have dining room sectioned off inside, but it's like social distance dining. So they would have certain tables like you couldn't sit at this table because it's sectioned off.
Right. Yeah.
But they had plenty of seating. Like again, the parks are so limited right now. Like. You can walk around Main Street and not get stepped on by people. That's one of the coolest things in the world. Like I could take a picture on Main Street, even at rope drop, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah, because like that's what I was watching Iron Street, and I'm like, it's really dead. Like where is everybody? Mm-hmm. Like what? But then I figured out it was park reservation. So yeah, and I know I was telling my parents about how. The monorails and the buses start working before midnight. Is that correct? Or is that still ongoing? I mean,
I think the bus system has changed up a little bit just because of the pandemic. We noticed I think it's still 2 hours after it closed. I think that's still the same. But however, the way the bus works is different because you'll have to wait outside. The bus driver will assign you a number on where to sit, and
Okay.
then you'll sit in a certain section of the bus.
Okay. But can we be like all together, or is he just kind of like separate us? I mean, I see we're not sure about because everything's different.
It depends on how big your party is. I think because if you have a bigger party, then he'll put you in a bigger section of that bus area.
Okay. Yeah, because we have 7 of us.
Yeah. So he might divide you up a little bit, but like the way that the bus is situated is like you have like a number, and then you'll have like this piece of plastic or something like that like separating certain sections, and you'll have another number, and then you'll have a piece of plastic separating that, and then
Okay.
if you can kind of visualize that, yeah.
Yeah, I can. Like, just everything's just so different. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, even I saw some of the rides had dividers, so that kind of made me, feel at ease.
Yeah.
Because here it's like they do shower curtains. I'm like, shower curtains, really? Like,
No.
so, but
Yeah, Big Thunder in their queue line, they would have a lot of those things like that. And then
yeah, I saw that. Like, and I
Yeah.
saw, what was today? I was watching some stream, and they were like, I saw the dividers at Winnie the Pooh, and what was the other one I saw? They're at the mine train too. They had the dividers too. Am I right? Like, I think I'm.
I didn't see him on Mine Train, like on the ride. I haven't seen any dividers on rides, I don't think.
Okay. And they do have some of the toys like kind of blocked off, like that you can't touch, right?
Yes, like certain areas are blocked off.
Yeah.
Like for instance, for instance in Mine Train area, like the water effect, like the fountains and the barrels, they don't work at all right now.
Right, yeah. I saw on Disney sent me an email like with a video, and I'm like, so different. Like, I miss the old park, but now I like the new one. So, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just miss it. I mean, I hate being here in Jersey and like, talk, live stream all this stuff. Like, it's like it's just different. But I mean, how are you guys making out down there? Like, is it just different for you, or like, are you getting the hang of it?
I mean, like, it feels the same. The problem is there's so many visitors and stuff like that. There's so many tourists. When we go to Universal, we run into so many people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm here from Georgia or something like that. And like, this is ridiculous. Florida's ridiculous. And it's just, when I work at Walmart, I see so many visitors too. Like,
you work at Walmart? See, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah. Wow. Andy works at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, right now, and then eventually when I get back with Disney, that's when I'll jump back there. But
okay.
It's actually fun. I've been applying for jobs. Actually, today I applied for National Geographic. They had a cool internship and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Andy, go Andy.
Yeah. So there's still opportunities, So I mean, overall, it feels roughly the same. We just try to stay indoors as best we can. We got a library card, and so we'll rent out books and stuff like that. My dad recently got me Bob Iger's autobiography on his time at Disney.
Wow.
I'm gonna start reading that too.
That's great. I mean, like I said, I can't get a job. Like, I mean, I can, but it's just it won't be easy for me. So
it's better to stay safe as best as you can. And if that's what you feel like is best to do, I think then that's a good gut feeling, because that's what Sierra and I were able to do. We were able to she was able to get a job working from home.
That's what I want, because I have my cell phone, I have the laptop. I mean, like, wasting gas going back to my sister's house. Like, it's like our gas is like almost $3 now.
Yeah,
$3. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, and I have to fill it up every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. And I'm like, I just don't have the money for it to keep filling it up. Like, so, but I'm lucky to be on unemployment, but it's running out. So, I don't know. I guess I'll take a job at Target or something, or like, I don't know, like Kohl's or something. But I know I'm not sure some of our libraries are open, but I would love to work at a library. I think I'd be perfect for that job. So,
yeah, for sure.
I'm just so frustrated anymore. Like I get angry with myself because I'm like, I need a job. I need a job. Like, but then when an appointment called, and you're like, so have you looked at jobs? I was just like, no. And they're like, so we'll lie for you. And I was like, no, 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 don't do it. Don't do that. And they did it anyway. They put the Disney store down. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite place. It's like working for a library or working for the Disney store.
Mhm.
Like I went in there a couple of times before the pandemic, and I said, "Look, I have a learning disability." I said I would be perfect for a job, and the girl goes, "I'm sorry, we don't take learning disability people." I'm like,
For sure.
right? Like, and I woke up thinking, that's just so wrong to say. Like, I'd be perfect for that job.
Mhm.
You know, showing people around or showing people like where this is at. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
Sorry about that. What's going on in chat? I just had to deal with an issue. Teresa,
No
we
worries.
were getting trolled again.
I thought you were handling it. We just kept talking. It's all good.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Me and Andy talk. I haven't seen Andy for a year, so it's good to catch up. Like,
Yeah, no, it's fun. By the way, I really like your shirt, Michael. I just noticed your Hakuna Matata shirt.
thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, what's best to do is just keep moving forward. Like,
yeah,
just keep progressing. We went to go see the Carousel Progress when we went to Magic Kingdom, just because, and I was very happy. It was getting a huge line outside. I was loving that.
wow.
Progress, getting the love. I love it.
But
But
if you put a good word in for me, like at Disney or something, like if you know anybody,
that's the
you know,
hard part. Is like I
that-
can't even get in right now. Like,
no, I'm saying like if you know, like if
Yeah.
you talk to somebody, and if you could just put a good word in for me, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and just say like I'm interested because
for sure.
I just want to get back down there. Like,
Mhm. No,
But-
I get it. Like, and I want to correct something that I said earlier. Like, I do have friends actually who work seasonally during the summer.
okay,
Like there was one guy I knew. He was a teacher.
okay,
And he would come down to work seasonally at Disney World. And he'd like work like every weekend or something like that too. And just to get some extra money and also to get the benefits that come from working at Disney, like all the getting to go in the parks and stuff like that.
right.
And that's what he did. And so, I mean, in theory, if you really wanted to,
I mean, I've been trying to go on DisneyCareers.com, and it's Lake Buena Vista is not hiring at all. Like,
yeah,
period.
no, yeah, we Sierra and I have something where we refresh every single day just to see what's new. That's how we were able to see certain internships. She actually pulled some today that you're able to work from home on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I mean, I'll keep checking, I mean, because like I really want to get back down there.
Yeah. No.
And like, but if you could put a good word for me, that would be great. I mean, like that'd be a big help. I mean, just give him my name or something on I have a Facebook page. Like, you just get in touch with me there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, but if you could do that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I know you're one of my good friends, and friends do that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I appreciate that.
100%.
It was good to see you too. Like I miss seeing everybody. Like it's not the same.
Oh yeah.
It's not. So.
But yeah, I think the plan is I might be coming on next week too. But
Yeah.
I mean, if that's still on, I'm always so happy to come on and talk. And
right, Mike?
Whatever.
Is that still on?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Maybe like if I find something within that meantime, maybe we could talk more and like and figure things out.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, even if I work seasonal, I mean, like that'll be perfect for me. Like,
yeah.
So
work as a park greeter or something like that.
See, that's what I want. Like, you know how good I am probably be at that. Like, say hi, bye, like. But I would love to do that. Just a park greeter. So.
So Teresa, you know that person that came up on the first stream, right? That chicken person.
Right.
He just sent his friend in here to troll us again, but I just got rid of him.
Good. So
I have mods on him right now.
I'm gonna look for something in the meantime, and then we'll go from there. So it just bums me out.
Yeah.
So
Well, things will always get better, and I'm a big fan of that, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm really a big fan of the carousel progress too. It's just the idea, things are kind of crazy, things are always
Right.
changing, and but things are always going to get better.
Right. I understand that. Yeah. I mean,
So,
even if I just work at like our there's a daycare center. It's right by my sister's house, and they're always advertising. So I'm gonna
mhm.
just put an application there and hopefully get a job there, and then maybe who knows? Maybe I'll be down in Florida. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
So
For sure.
yeah. So, but I appreciate you talking to me because like that really helps me out a lot. Like I feel better now because like I was like so depressed. I was like, I'm not gonna find anything, and so.
Mm.
But yeah.
Well, guys, I'm kind of getting a little tired too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna end here very soon,
yeah.
anyways, too.
Yeah.
So
But I'm
thank
gonna
you,
stay on
Andy.
for a little bit
But it
I
was
longer.
a pleasure
appreciate
coming
you.
on, pleasure talking with all you
Uh-huh.
guys, and pleasure meeting you too, Michael. I don't think we've talked personally face
No,
to face,
I've never, ever.
but nice to meet you guys, and nice to see
Yeah,
you.
Nice
and
meeting you too.
nice to see you, Andy. Thank you so much.
You guys have a good night.
You
Yeah,
too.
you too.
Bye.
A good day.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
I'm not. I
awesome.
mean, I'm not ending. I'm having some fun up here
Me
because
too. Like,
I
why
keep
should we
getting hit by
end? Like,
trolls every second.
yeah. Like,
I
why
just
should
got hit
we
by
end?
another one.
You just got another one? Get him
Oh
out.
yeah, but I have like 6 mods in chat right now, moderating at the same time.
That's
So
great.
if anything happens in there again, because I just got 4 dislikes and I just had 3.
You have what?
I just got 4 dislikes and now I have 3. I mean, I had 3 dislikes. Now I got 4. So I know that's a Joel's hitting that.
Yeah, it's just trolls. Like,
Yeah, but I have Rooster. I have like
and
all kinds of
who
people.
is he wants me to say Roy? I did not yo YT.
No, that's a troll. He's out. I have one of my first ever mods right now in the chat.
Okay.
So me and him, I've been like I haven't even been on the StreamYard because if you noticed, you haven't. Can you even see me right now?
No.
Yeah, because I've been in here. Oh yeah, I know he is. Connor.
Tony could be
Um,
coming after you.
yeah,
Get that
I can't say
explosive.
who.
Who's
Yeah,
explosive Phoenix?
he's my friend. He's one of my first mods ever
Okay.
on YouTube.
Because you said Tony could be coming after you.
Yeah, that's someone that I don't get along with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Connor, I already know which. I'm gonna warn Hector tonight. I'll message him later on and ask if he can call me on Instagram tomorrow, and I'll get with him about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
I have a friend that helps out with the YouTube channel, and I have to make him a mod anyways because he Susan, I will tell you another time off stream.
and Andy's one of my very, very good friends. Like
Yeah, I just gave Andy a wrench
he-
actually.
awesome.
I
So
had
I met him at Magic Kingdom and I was like, you know what, he's God brought me to him. Like it was just fate, you know what I mean? Like, God was saying, look, I just brought you to Andy and Jeff and Todd. But I'll tell you the rest of the story offline. But like,
Yeah, I'm gonna end here soon
Yeah.
and backstage because I mean
You can end now if you want. I mean, so like we could talk. So,
yeah.
but I appreciate you bringing me on because, like, I'll tell you about, I mean, I'm glad that Aaron,
On next.
glad that Aaron came on. So,
Yeah, I have to. I mean, I have to take care of like other stuff off stream because
yeah, that's fine. We can end it. If you want to just end now, that's fine.
yeah, no, I can't because I'm messaging somebody right now, and I'm gonna have to take screenshots of the chat so they can see it because they're gonna make a video on it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I have to call one of my mods right now on the phone. I need to.
Hi, everybody. Michael will be back shortly. So I'm just doing something on my phone, but you know, um, you know, just have a chat. You could talk in the chat, and if you want, check out my channel while you're in the chat. I'll have Michael link my channel in the chat.
Teresa,
You
I
guys can-
can't right now. I'm about to be on the phone with
Okay,
someone.
that's good. No, I'm talking to them.
Hmm.
Um, you can.
Avery or Nick, can you just grab up her link and then just throw it in chat?
Thank you, guys. Thank
Because
you.
I'm dealing with an issue right now.
I appreciate you guys linking my channel. Because like I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you can help me out, I do have Discord. I'm on the main Mafia family Discord. Be sure to go over there and subscribe. Be sure to check us out. Spokesman, he's on Discord. So come and join our main Mafia family. We have so much fun in a video chat. We chat, just saying funny things. So yeah, and you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you guys also link my Instagram channel as well, Maz, if you can. If there's any of my Maz in here, can you please link my Instagram and YouTube channel to help me get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? I would appreciate that if you could please put my YouTube in the comments below. Also, my Instagram as well. So I appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for hanging with us. I appreciate that. I'm sorry this is pretty late. I know it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but we're having fun. So right. And it was great to see Aaron, my Disney World Fix. Guys, make sure you go over to my Disney World Fix and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Make sure you follow him on Facebook. Also, my good friend Andy's Backyard. Make sure you follow him on Instagram as well. Go over to his channel and subscribe, and Facebook
Hey,
as well.
Teresa, I have
So,
to end. I have to actually leave. I have to use my computer for something because I have to
okay, yeah.
fill all
Thank you
those.
for having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.